Life is ever moving, and for me, I am constantly being tested. And what I'm being tested about is how much am I in my heart, or how much am I in my mind. And the thing that I just find so incredibly interesting and very grateful to, that I find today that I am more a witness instead of being a participant. And by witness I mean when someone would say something to me or I would see something and I would automatically get triggered, where I feel something inside of me ready to come out and bite, or I want to defend myself based on what someone was saying or doing, just reacting. And being a witness, I'm finding that I stand back more. And I listen to what's going on in my head, and I feel what's going on in my body. I think that's the biggest difference, is that I take that time to pay attention to what is going on internally. A case in point, I had said something to someone recently, and I was really surprised how they reacted. And I almost wanted to defend what I was saying, but then I caught myself and I realized in her world, she saw this differently than in my world. And how she interpreted it from that point, if she wanted to, she could have said, I don't really understand what you said. Is this what you mean? But instead, she chose to take that information differently. And I chose not to be the participant, rather to be the witness to it, and to look at what it was that situation was trying to show me, to teach me. And all these feelings had come up in such a short period of time, which normally I would have missed. But I sat there and I said, what is it that you feel? And all these thoughts came into my head. I'm not being heard. I'm trying to prove that I'm not wrong. And I just could feel these emotions of despair and the fear. And I went, wow. Because when I've worked with people, they always say the same thing. I thought I've healed this. Why is it showing up now? I was explaining to a friend of mine, sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place here, but I was explaining to a friend of mine the other day, I said, just imagine standing in the middle of Shea Stadium, and all those seats are totally full of every aspect of you, every part of you. And in one section, you have a part of all these aspects that have ever encountered fear, for example. But the soul has not just encountered fear. It's fear that it has encountered in its entire lifetime. That's a lot of fear. So Shea Stadium is full of all your aspects. The fear, the anger, the sadness, the hurt. It's on and on. So as we become more focused into coming from our heart, new layers of all these aspects start to rise up. And all they want They just want to be seen and heard and felt and acknowledged. Nothing more. What I used to do is go, why? Why did they say that? Why did they do that? Why are they hurting me? But now it's not about the why. It's about, what is it I'm learning? What is it that I need to heal within me? It's going within your inner garden and sitting there and feeling what you're feeling and just acknowledge it. So it's like the anger shows up and it's like, hi anger, thanks for showing up. Thank you, and I appreciate you. And now, if you would like, you can be released. Released with love, in love, and through love. And it just goes. You just feel it dissipate. That's like a second. It's not hours of therapy. Now, another thing that I've discovered, which I found quite interesting, these aspects that come up to be healed, a lot of them are just about integrating, acknowledging and allowing these aspects to just integrate within you and to become one with you. I think there's also another layer of aspects, parts of you, who are not necessarily there to be integrated with you, but more to be upgraded. We are being constantly upgraded now with all these energies that are coming in on the planet. They're upgrading our body, our organs, and our DNA. And as that is upgrading us, then all these aspects within you, and that's why a lot of them are coming up now, because it's time for them to be released. It's time for them to dissipate. But there are aspects, it is not their time. It is time for them to be healed and to be upgraded so that they are there to support you now